Students, how are you all? Hope you all are fine and safe at your home. So students, welcome back in your mathematics class. For class 9th, this is your chapter 15, chapter name probability. Students, this is your lecture 2. Students, in this lecture we will discuss about exercise 15.1. It means questions of exercise 15.1 and some examples of NCERT. We will discuss how we will solve our probability questions and what is the correct method to write the probability answers. So students, we will start our lecture with question number first of your exercise from NCERT 15.1. First question is, in a cricket match, a batswoman hit a boundary 6 times out of 30 balls she plays. Find the probability that she did not hit a boundary. So students, first of all, we have to use all the information which is already given in our question. So total number of trial. Total number of trial means the total number of attempt anything in the given question. So in our given question, ball is used 30 times. So how many balls are given to batswoman? 30 balls she plays. So total number of trial is 30. First of all, we have to give a sign of our event. So let A denote the event that the batswoman did not hit a boundary, because we have to find the probability of batswoman did not hit a boundary. Number of trial in which the event A happen. What is event A? Event A is in that event in which batswoman did not hit a boundary. So we have to find the balls on which batswoman miss boundary. So total number of balls is 6 and the boundary is total number of ball is 30 and total boundaries hit by batswoman is 6. So not hit boundary is 30 minus 6, 24. So students, now we will apply probability formula. Probability of event A, because we decided the sign of our event which is A. So probability of event A. You can also take another sign. Number of favorable outcome. Favorable means those outcomes satisfy the occurrence of the event according to the given condition. So we call them as favorable outcome. So number of favorable outcome divided by total number of all possible outcomes. Total number of all possible outcomes. So students, did not hit boundary on 24 balls. So 24 is favorable outcome. Total number of balls is 30. So definitely after cancellation, we have 4 upon 5. It is a probability of that batswoman did not hit a boundary. So student, this is your first question. Question number second. Question number second is 1500 families with 2 children were selected randomly and the following data were recorded. This data recorded. So in those families, number of families are there and number of girls, because we selected those families which have only 2 children. If both 2 children are girls, then the number of the families are 475. It means in 475's family, in which it means 475 families has 2 girls. 814 families has 1 girl. 210 families has 0 girl. So students, you have to understand this question that in our question, they selected 1500 families which have only 2 children. Out of 1500 families, 475 families has 2 girls, 814 families has 1 girl and 210 families has only 0 girl. So students, we have to answer our question on the basis of this data. So first is compute the probability of a family. Choose at random having 2 girls. First of all, we have to find the family probability of having 2 girls. So students, first of all, we have to take total number of trials, which are 1500s, because we took 1500s family. Let E donate the event. Like I discussed in first question, first of all, we have to decide our event sign also. So students, favorable outcome in first part, because we have to find the probability of the families which have only 2 girls. So favorable outcome is 475 families. Probability of family having 2 girls only. So probability, I take E1 because we have so many parts in this question. 3 parts are there. So we will take probability E1, E2, E3 like this. So number of favorable outcome divided by total number of outcomes. So it is very clear to you students that we have to write formula in each and every question. It is compulsory, otherwise your marks will be deducted. So what is the formula? Number of favorable outcome divided by total number of all possible outcomes. So number of favorable outcomes are 475 divided by total number of outcomes, which are 1500. So this is your answer. You can further solve this division. So students, second part is we have to find the probability of those families which have only 1 girl. So favorable outcomes are 814. Favorable outcomes are 814. The probability of family having 1 girl, we can denote probability of E2, because we use E1 for the 2 girls, we are using E2 for the 1 girl because it is second part of our question. Formula: number of favorable outcome divided by total number of outcomes, which is 814 divided by 1500. This is your answer for second part, in which we have to find the probability having 1 girl only. Third part is finding the probability of a family which having no girl. It means we have to show the third part. So students, for the third part, favorable outcomes are 210. Probability of family having no girl, probability, we can write it as E3. Number of favorable outcomes divided by total number of outcomes. So number of favorable outcomes are 210 and divided by total number of outcomes are 1500. This is your complete question. Students, if I will ask in this question that find the probability of having 1 son, then all of you will say that, ma'am, in this question only girls data is given. So how we will find the probability of 1 son, or how we will find the probability of 2 sons, or how we will find the probability of 0 son. So students, if you focus on our question, we select 1500 families which have only 2 children. If 475 families only 2 girls, so definitely they have 0 boy. And if 814 families has only 1 girl, so the second child definitely 1 boy. It is fixed. If both the children are girls, so no boy is there. If 1 girl is there, so the second child will be boy. If 200 families have 0 girls, so definitely both childs are boy. So if now I will tell, find the probability of having 2 sons or 2 boys. So definitely 210 divided by total number of families, which are 1500. No boy, it means 475 divided by 1500. So students, by this method we can change our data also, or use in a different way. Now question number 4th. Question number 4th is 3 coins are tossed 200 times with the following frequencies of different outcomes. So students, we toss 3 coins. Total number of trials are 200. And this data is given already that out of 200, 3 heads came 23 times, 2 heads came 72 times, 1 head came 77 times, no head came 28 times. So this data is already given to us. We have to find the probability of 2 heads coming up. We have to find the probability of 2 heads coming up. So the probability of coming up 2 heads, we will apply the formula. So probability for the event E, number of favorable outcome divided by total number of outcomes. So from the given data, 2 heads coming 72 times. So the favorable outcomes are 72. We know the total number of outcomes. So the answer is probability of coming up 2 heads 72 divided by 200. 72 divided by 200. Students, if I want to ask that what is the probability of coming up 3 heads, then definitely 23 divided by 200. So students, like our previous question, if I will ask find the probability of coming up 3 tails, then how will you find the data? So definitely students, like our previous question, if 2 childs are there, then definitely boys and girls are only possible cases. In this case, if coins are tossed, so definitely it will come as head as well as tail. If 3 heads coming 23 times, so on these 23 trials we have 0 tail. If 2 heads coming 72 times, so the 72 times only 1 tail is coming. If 1 head is coming 77 times, so the remaining times coming 2 heads, and no heads coming 28 times, so the 28 times coming 3 tails. So students, you have to use this data like this and answer the question. Now question number 5th. Question number 5th is, an organization selected 2400 families at random and survey them to determine a relationship between income level and the number of vehicle in a family. It means in this question we have relation between income level and number of vehicle which they have. Information gathered is listed in the given table. Table is given in your NCERT. So first question is, find the probability that the family chosen is earning rupees 10,000 to 13,000 per month and owning exactly 2 vehicles. Exactly means we have to find the probability of those vehicles those families which have exactly 2 vehicles, means only 2 vehicles, not less than 2 vehicles or not more than 2 vehicles. So students, earning rupees 10,000 to 13,000 per month and owning 2 vehicles. First of all, total number of favorable outcome is 29. You can check from your table. So the probability even, number of favorable outcomes divided by total number of outcome. Total number of trials are 2400. So the probability is 29 divided by 2400. This is your probability for first part. Second part is earning rupees 16,000 or more per month and owning exactly 1 vehicle. So in your table we have second last column 13,000 to 16,000. 13,000 to 16,000. You know it very well. We can't take in this column 16,000. We can take 13,000 to 15,999 data in it only. We calculate this 16,000 into the another interval which is given more than 16,000. So we have to take earning rupees 16,000 or more per month. So it is given in the last column 16,000 or more. So exactly 1 vehicle we have 579 families. So total number of favorable outcomes are 579 families. PE2 probability, total number of favorable outcome divided by total number of all possible outcomes. So the favorable outcomes are 579 and total number of outcomes are, so the total number of favorable outcomes are 579 divided by total number of all possible outcomes are 2400. Third part is earning less than rupees 7,000 per month and does not own any vehicle. It means earning less than 7,000 and they do not have own any vehicle. From your table it is very clear to us that total number of favorable outcomes are 10. The first less than 700, the first category which is given, and the zero vehicle have 10 families. So PE3, the probability of this part, total number of favorable outcome divided by total number of possible outcomes. So 10 divided by 2400, this is your probability. Fourth part is earning rupees 13,000 to 16,000 per month. Earning rupees 13,000 to 16,000 per month. It means fourth category given in your table, and owning more than 2 vehicle. Owning more than 2 vehicles. So it is very clear. Total number of the favorable outcomes are 25, more than 2, above 2. Probability E4, total number of favorable outcomes divided by total number of outcomes. So favorable outcome 25 divided by 2400 families. Fifth part of this question is owning not more than 1 vehicle. Owning not more than 1 vehicle. So owning not more than 1 vehicle, total number of the trials are 1500. Total number of trials are 2400. Total number of favorable outcomes are 14. So E5, probability of E5, number of favorable outcomes divided by total number of all possible outcomes, 14 divided by 2400. So student, this is your question number 5th. Now question number 6th. So students, in question number 6th, he said refer to the table 14.7 of chapter 14. You have to use chapter 14, table 14.7, which I already made here. So student, first part is find the probability that a student obtain less than 20% marks in a mathematics test, and second part is find the probability that a student obtain 16% or above. So students, we have total 90 students and this is marks. 7 students got marks 0 to 20%. It means we have to take 0 to 19% here, then 20 to 29% here only, 30 to 39% here. So these are the marks percentage and these are the number of students. So first part, total number of trials are 90. Find the probability that a student obtain less than 20% in the mathematics. So favorable outcome less than 20% means this column. So 7 students obtain less than 20%. So students, total number of favorable outcomes are 7. Probability E1, because I have 2 parts in this question, we decide that event E, so E1 and E2. Number of favorable outcomes divided by total number of outcomes, so 7 upon 90. This is your probability for first part. Second part is find the probability that a student obtain marks 60 or above 60%. So total number of favorable outcome we will once see in your table. So students, 60 include in this and above of 60 this also. So 15 plus 8 are favorable outcome. 60 and above of 60 include in these 2 last columns. 15 plus 8 are the favorable outcomes. So favorable outcomes 15 plus 8, which is 23. So students, PE2, number of favorable outcomes divided by total number of outcomes, which is 23 divided by 90. This is your question number 6th. Now question number 7th. This is your question number 7th. In question number 7th, to know the opinion of the students about the subject statistics, a survey of 200 students was conducted. The data is recorded in the following table: opinion and number of students. Like subject 135 students, dislike subject 65 students. It means 135 like this subject and 65 do not like this subject. So we have to find the probability of a student choose at random. First part like the subject and second does not like it. So students, this is your first part. Find the probability of student who like the given subject. Total number of favorable outcomes are 135 because they liked stats. PE1 is equal to favorable outcome divided by total number of outcomes. So students, 135 divided by 200. You can also further solve this division. So second part of this question is find the probability of the student who does not like it. It means who does not like the subject. Total favorable outcomes are 65. PE2, total favorable outcome divided by total number of outcomes, which is 65 divided by 200. This is your second part of question number 7th. Now we will go on question number 8. In question number 8, he said, refer to the question 2 of exercise 14.2. What is the empirical probability that an engineer lives? In question number 2 of exercise 14.2 is 40 number of engineers are present in that question and the distance between their home and their workplace is given. So students, it's a raw data is given. You can use it like this and you can make a table also. So in this question it is already given that you have to take 0 to 5 kilometer first interval, then 5 to 10. It means we have to take 5 difference. But in our question we have questions less than 7 kilometer, more than 7 kilometer. But so this type of table is very this type of table is very difficult. We can use raw information in it. So students, total number of trial is 40. First part is we have to find the probability less than 7 kilometer from her place of work. It means we have to find the number of, first of all, number of engineers which have distance from their office is less than 7 kilometer. So favorable outcomes are 9. Favorable outcomes are 9. It means we have to include all the engineers who lived 0 to 6. 0 to 6, less than 7 kilometer. We will not include 7 in this. We have to take 0 to 6. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 kilometers. So the probability PE1, total number of favorable outcomes divided by total number of outcomes. It means 9 upon 40. This is your first part probability. Now second part, more than or equal to 7 kilometer from her place of work. More than or equal to, it means we will start our calculation with 7 kilometer and we will go at last which is the highest distance. So more than or equal to 7 kilometer of her work, we cannot include 0 to 6. So it is very clear in the first part, 0 to 6 kilometers, 9 engineers are present. So definitely total is 40. We will minus 9 from 40. We have favorable outcomes are 31. So probability E2, number of favorable outcomes divided by total number of all possible outcomes, 31 divided by 40. This is your second part. So students, this is your third part. Within half kilometer from her place of work. Within half kilometer, no one is present. So the favorable outcomes are 0. PE3, number of favorable outcome divided by total number of outcome, 0 upon 40, which is equal to 0. This is your question number 8. Now question number 11. Question number 9 and 10 are activity. You can perform this activity at your home and note down the data in your homework notebook. Next question is question number 11. Question number 11. 11 bags of wheat flour, each marked 5 kg, exactly contain the following weight of the flour. Weight are given in 11 bags. So we have to find the probability of any of these bags chosen at random contain more than 5 kg of flour. So we have to find the probability of those bags which have more than 5 kg of weight. Total number of trials are 11. We can choose out of 11 bags. Favorable outcome which have more than 5 kg, which are 7. So probability E, PE, not a number of favorable outcomes divided by total number of outcomes, which is 7 upon 11. This is your question number 11. So students, with this question your today's chapter is finished. Now your homework. Do exercise 15.1 of chapter questions of chapter 15. You have to attempt all 1 to 13 question with along your classwork questions. So, and do the examples also. It means you have to finish this exercise today with all classwork and homework questions and try all examples also. So students, for more videos, you like EdQuack channel and like our videos also. After subscribing EdQuack channel, you can see all the videos prepared by our teacher. Thank you. Have a nice day.